The road to Super Bowl 52 begins with NFL training camps across the country, and for the fourth straight year, one of those camps is right here at the Greenbrier as the Houston Texans have arrived in southern West Virginia. So Virginia Tech now 4-1 on the season. They'll look to get back to winning ways next week when they visit Boston College. That will be followed by a bye week, and then it's two straight home games against North Carolina and Duke here at Lane Stadium. Welcome to the 2017 Greenbrier Classic. A lot of anticipation leading up to today, especially after last year's floods. But the old WOAY-TPC has been renovated, and as the pros arrive here in southern West Virginia, they are excited to see the tournament return. 0-4 in October, but 1-0 to start November. West Virginia gets back to 500 on Saturday after a 31-26 win over Texas Tech here in Morgantown in a game which the Mountaineers never trailed. The grand opening of the center court at Creekside, it was certainly that. It was grand. And remember, in September, Sampras is coming back to White Sulphur Springs. He'll be joined by John McEnroe, Jim Courier, and James Blake for the Greenbrier Champions Tennis Classic. Independent senior Marcus Guy has excelled on the football field and on the basketball court already this year. But this weekend, he'll be looking for success in Charleston, having qualified for 3 events at the state track meet.
It's a little emotional knowing it's going to be my last one, but definitely something I've been looking forward to. I feel like me and my team will thrive going into it from all the hard work and dedication we've had over the last couple of years.
Marcus is one of the leading veterans on the Patriots' 2017 track and field team, with his teammates noticing his commitment to success in every event.
When he comes to practice, it seems like everyone they watch him, everything he does from stretches to his long jumping. Even if they don't long jump, they just want to go watch him to see his work ethic, see how hard he's working.
Well, Marcus is a good athlete. He is going to do his best in anything you put him in. And we tried high jumping. He qualified there. He's done a great job as a leader, running stretches, getting the other guys motivated to run.
Marcus says he's also noticed how he's taken on more of a leadership role and how that's been the case in all sports, but especially in track and field this spring.
It's nice to have that, but at the same time, you'll be a great role model for them. So that's like next year we're going to have 3 juniors who are going to be out here, and I think all of them will be great leaders. And I think they'll be able to they'll start where I finished.
Independence does have several opportunities to do very well this weekend at Laidley Field, and the Patriots are determined to take advantage of those opportunities.
That'd mean the world to us because we put all this work into it, and we don't want to leave with nothing from states. We want to, like I said, come back with some hardware.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Either way it goes, I'm coming home with something. I will not come home empty-handed. What I've done here has really put me in a great position to go to college and do whatever I decide to do. So I'm thankful for my coaches and everybody who's pushed me to be the man I am.
Good evening. The high school football playoffs have arrived with the first round beginning in just about an hour. And Southern West Virginia has 5 teams in action tonight. 2 of them are home, as in Class AA, Bluefield hosts Braxton County, while James Monroe faces Winfield and Linside. The Mavericks coming from behind to beat the Generals in the first round last year, while Nicholas County heads on the road to Liberty Harrison. In Class Single A, Richwood will take on South Harrison at Robert C. Byrd, while Summers County visits Webster County. The Bobcats won at Webster County in Week 6. Well, there is one game tomorrow involving 2 teams from southern West Virginia as Fayetteville and Midland Trail will renew their battle for the bridge rivalry in Hico. That is the 3 versus 14 matchup in Class Single A. The Patriots hosted the Pirates in Week 8, getting out to an early lead. Fayetteville would score in the second quarter, but Midland Trail moving to 8-0 with that win. The Patriots were unbeaten at home, while Fayetteville won twice on the road at Wyoming East and Meadowbridge. Kickoff in Hico is 1:30 tomorrow. Well, Friday was day 1 of the state volleyball tournament in Charleston. 4 teams representing southern West Virginia this weekend, with 2 of them taking to the court in the morning session for their respective quarterfinal matchups. Let's go out to Charleston. Shady Spring taking on Bridgeport in the Class AA quarterfinals. Game 1, Shady Spring Sandy Mills to Bradley Hayhurst, 2 sets for Riley Wiseman, but Kristen Crowder with the block, and the Indians take an early 5-3 lead. Their early momentum will continue. Peyton Hefner receiving the ball. She sets Crowder up for a down-the-line winner. Bridgeport out to a 10-3 lead, but the Lady Tigers would answer off of a serve. Brooklyn Cook over to Hayhurst. Casey Poe goes for the spike. It's deflected out for a point, but Bridgeport would win Game 1 25-15. Game 2, Shady Spring serving. Samantha Wilson to Hefner, who would set Crowder up for another down-the-line winner for Bridgeport. Then later in Game 2, Hayhurst receiving the ball. She would set for Mercedes Bloomfield. The cross-court spike is not returned. However, Bridgeport would win Game 2 25-20. And then in Game 3, Hayhurst setting for Poe, but Peyton Merica in position for the block. As Bridgeport would go on to win Game 3, they advance to the semifinals. Final score, 3-0. Also in the morning session, Greenbrier West facing East Hardy in Class Single A. Game 1, Lady Cavs receiving the serve. Carlene McClung to Amanda Church, who sets for Rachel Atkins. Greenbrier West would win the point, but East Hardy would win Game 1 25-13. Game 2, Abby Wilson sends the ball over. Alexis Vestal to Caitlin Mullins. She sets for Atkins, whose shot is not returned. That point goes to the Lady Cavs, but the Lady Cougars would answer. Kenna Wick serving. Vestal to Church. Mullins going for a spike, but Wilson in position for the block. That point goes to East Hardy. Later, Jessica Smith going for a spike. Brittany Bevins able to keep the point alive for West. Church setting Vestal up for the winner. Game 2 would be back and forth between the two teams as Vestal serving here. Emma Baker to Julia Hahn. She sets up Brooke Miller with the winner as East Hardy would go on to win Game 2 25-21. And Game 3 would also be very close as Bevins going for the spike, but Hahn able to set Wilson for the winner as East Hardy wins 3-0 to advance to the semifinals. And that does it for Sports at 6. We'll be right back.